Good afternoon, Your Honor. Daniel Magoo.
All right. Mr. Gu, you are representing yourself. I do have to apprise you that you are before the court on charge of resisting and obstructing a police officer. That is a high court misdemeanor, or what technically is known as a high court misdemeanor, and or felony punishable by up to 2 years, $2,000 fine plus court costs. There are great perils in representing yourself. In this, you have to understand that I am going to treat you the same as though you know the laws and the rules of evidence. I will not treat you worse because you are not represented. I will not treat you better or grant any favors or try to clarify anything for you. If for whatever reason during any point in this proceeding you wish to be represented by counsel and cannot afford to hire counsel, counsel will be appointed to represent you. As I have in the past hearings asked you to acknowledge what I've said, I'm going to only indicate that I believe that you understand English. You believe that the words that I have said to you are understood, so that we don't get into, you need to remove the gum from your mouth.
Mr. McKeer is back, and he's about to find out exactly why having legal representation is so important. If this is your first time on my channel, this is actually part 2 of a video we did a little while ago. Daniel McKeer has already proven himself to be a complete disaster in court. He refuses to answer Judge Simpson's questions and carries himself with this smug, smart-ass attitude, like he thinks he's better than everyone else. And as you're about to see, things do not start off well for him. Honestly, even saying his name feels strange, it just sounds off. But regardless of the name, Mr. McKeer walked into that courtroom chewing gum, representing himself, and clearly having no clue what he's doing. Let this be a warning. Get legal representation. Do not follow in this guy's footsteps. But enough from me. Let's jump straight in and see what unfolds between Mr. McKeer and Judge Simpson today.
And
Thank you.
so I will not ask you to acknowledge. I will presume that you do indeed understand everything that I've said. Now, having said that, what are we doing with this case?
I'd like to move for evidentiary hearing or a prelim.
You wish to have a preliminary examination?
Preliminary examination, yes, sir.
Would the people have their witnesses available the second?
We can try, Your Honor, but before moving toward that, would the court be willing to make its inquiries about discovery? I am aware of the defendant having filed a writ of mandamus with the Court of Appeals of the state of Michigan.
Yes.
That was subsequently dismissed without prejudice by the Court of Appeals.
Correct.
Contained within that, though, there are allegations that my office has violated its Brady obligations and has not provided sufficient discovery. So I'm not sure if we're ready to move forward to preliminary exam. The defendant is saying that he doesn't have all of the discovery. That is the concern. The record I feel compelled to make at this time, though, is that the people have provided, I do believe, complete discovery to the defendant, and I believe that some of the representations that were made in this writ of mandamus that has been dismissed appear to allege that things that have already been denied by this court should be produced. Furthermore, the defendant filed a motion with no notice of hearing attached to it. So there's an outstanding motion in this case as well, no hearing date scheduled. So I'm hoping to sort of reconcile both of those things as to whether or not discovery is complete, the defendant's prepared to move forward, and if he ever has filed a notice of hearing to go along with the motion that I received in this case on 11/22.
Mr. Magoo, your response?
My response is that I thought this was the hearing that we were setting for the motion. So if I have to set a motion for a notice of hearing for that motion, I will do that today, Your Honor, promptly.
What about discovery?
I'm ready to move forward on my what I meant by my discovery comment was that there's still no exculpatory evidence as far as that I did anything wrong as far as anything that they've submitted. So if it was improper for the wording, Your Honor, I apologize, but my ultimate goal is have the prosecution present their evidence against.
I'm gonna indicate discovery is complete because I don't know what you're saying. Because what you just said regarding discovery didn't make any sense. As it regards the motion, we will hear the motion or the motion will be heard on date of exam.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Deal with it at that point in time. So the people would have their witnesses available on the second.
We could try for the second, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination in person, January 2nd, 2025. 12.
Yeah.
12 noon, that is before me.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And continue.
This guy is the perfect example of why you absolutely need legal representation. Not only is he representing himself, but is also unbelievably smug, like, he genuinely thinks he can outsmart a judge. I have no idea what made him think that was a good idea. If anyone in the comments can explain why this guy is so irrational or delusional, I'm all ears, because honestly, he gives off serious sovereign citizen vibes. And if you've been around my channel, you know I've covered plenty of sovereign citizens before. They always have that same arrogant, anti-authority attitude, especially in court. They talk down to judges, act like the law doesn't apply to them, and somehow think they're the smartest ones in the room. It's pure insanity. Now, to make things worse, this guy is in court for assaulting a police officer, a very serious charge. And if that wasn't enough, he also lost custody of his child as a result. That doesn't happen for no reason. You don't just accidentally lose custody. That means something really went wrong. Yet here he is, strutting into court like it's just another day, chewing gum, showing no concern, and repeating I didn't do it like that's a defense. This is a masterclass in how not to act in court. He's literally digging his own grave, and it's painfully obvious that the judge has zero patience for him at this point. And let's be honest, anyone watching probably can't stand him either. The guy's just that unlikable. All of this just proves, once again, how critical it is to have proper legal representation. Especially in serious cases like this. I don't know why it's always the sovereign citizen types who think they can go it alone, but I've never seen it end well. Ever. They always end up doing more harm than good. And honestly, I still can't wrap my head around how someone this immature even had custody of a child to begin with. He just seems totally unstable and completely unfit to handle anything responsibly, let alone raise a kid. Anyway, that's my breakdown of this latest clip from the Moya. I'll be posting another hearing from his case when it drops in January. It's shaping up to be very entertaining, so stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed the video, a like and subscribe would mean a lot. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care.